Crime is wickedness. Money, the root of all evil.
Then I want to move to Netball South Africa. Now, you heard me talking about money, and I'm very clear on what I want to know. I want to touch on a lot of things here, and the first thing I want to touch on is that your financials reflect 41,041 Rand across 2 years for NSA condolences. What is that? Is there anyone to respond to me on finances here? I expect the CEO to be able to respond on finances.
Honorable Member, I have to check the document that you're talking about.
You can't check a document. You can't come to a portfolio committee that represents the people of South Africa and say you must check a document. You are CEO and you are supposed to know what is inside of your document. So please explain to me and the 250 South Africans watching now and the hundreds of thousands that are going to watch, what is NSA condolences? You spent 41,000, you ought to know.
The only thing I can remember at the top of my mind is the players that, netball players that died. That's what I remember at the top of my mind.
You spent 41,000. What did you use it for?
Honorable Member, with due respect, can I get back to get the details? Because this is not for this financial year.
No, you are correct. It's not for this financial year. It's for the 2024-2023 financial year. The financial years that ended in 2023 and 2024.
Exactly, Honorable Member. I was employed in October 2023 and I wanted to be given an opportunity to go and check, and I will report back.
So you didn't do your homework before the portfolio committee? You present us a report, you don't do your homework on the report. What can happen? Yes?
I did my homework.
Now you don't know what the 41,041 Rand was for?
Can I humbly request that I go and check those details, Honorable Jacobs?
You cannot humbly request that you go and check details. It doesn't matter how you change the wording of your request. I want the answer now.
I don't have the answer now.
So you don't have the answer?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Then I want to move to correctional services. 53,091 Rand was spent to a line item called correctional services. What was that for? And what is your name, CEO? I want the South Africans to just hear your name and surname.
My name is Mudiege Komani.
Yaleboa.
My name is Mami Diale. The money for correctional service, what happens is, as and when Department of Correctional Services has a championship, they request support from Netball South Africa. And with that support, Netball South Africa will invoice them in terms of selectors, in terms of umpires and all that.
Thank you very much.
So they will pay that money.
That's fine. Then I want to know, you paid 119,217 Rand for a social media influencer. Why and who was it? And what was the results of it?
That was part of the 2023 Netball World Cup, and
no, it was 2024. It ended in that financial year.
Say that again.
The statement ends for the 31st of March 2024. So who was the social media influencer? What did they do? How much did they cost? And what was the person? What was the outcomes?
That's when the CFO is absent, Honorable Jacobs.
But we need a response, Chairperson. We need a response. There's people here that ought to account to us now, and I want to account to now.
That's when a CFO is absent. This is what's happening.
Then you sit here with silence. And I think that the nation deserves to hear the silence also, because I can feel in the room there's a tension that you can't cut with a butter knife, you can't cut with a meat cleaver. Leave the tension and give us the answers. That is what we want. So please tell me, who was the person, what was it used for? There's got to be someone here that knows that.
I don't have the details, Honorable Jacobs.
You don't got the answers. You don't have the answers.
The details.
You don't have those answers.
I don't have the details.
So you don't know where the money went?
I'm saying the details of the particular influencer.
The details of the particular influencer?
Yes, Honorable
And
Jacobs.
you don't have the results of your spending on that particular influencer?
We do have the social media report of the spending, Honorable Jacobs.
Thank you very much. Then I want to know, you spent 47,000 Rand, 47,568 Rand on consulting fees. What was that for? It's just there, a line item, consulting fees. Now the homework is being done, Chairperson. This is what happens when you study inside of the lecture. Proceed. Nagana.
Now we understand the challenges that NSA have.
That's why there's a problem. And I'm going to finish it with my last point. Proceed. I want an answer.
Honorable members, Honorable Chair, I don't think this is fair because...
Why is it not fair?
This is This is very detailed and it requires, had we received, we would have attached evidence of these things. Like I indicate, I'm not giving an excuse. I came in October and these financials were already audited.
Chairperson, no.
So I need to have to go and consult to check this information.
Chairperson, the reason I'm saying that is because you can't come here, account, and then have nothing to account with. It is almost as if I must call you back for another meeting so you bring your details so that you can flesh them out. We are fleshing them out now. That is when the fleshing out is happening. So can't you tell me what you spent 47,000 rand on for consulting fees? You can't tell me, yes or no?
No.
You don't know. As a CEO, you don't know. Okay, then on the Spa Proteas, in 2023 you spent 1,440,000 rand. In 2024 you spent 622,757 rand. I think we know what I'm going to ask. What was the consulting fees for? It's over 2 million rand in consulting fees. What were the consulting fees for? 2 million. There's netball players and coaches that are watching this now, wondering what happened to that 2 million. Couldn't my players get balls? Couldn't my players get kits? Couldn't my players get tackies? Couldn't my players get a court? But there's 2 million on consulting fees. What was the consulting fees for? Chairperson, I'm convinced that I was speaking English.
Yeah, Honorable Jacobs, I'm going to skip you. We have to reschedule a follow-up discussions.
So can I confirm, Chairperson, that she does not have the answers as we speak? That the CEO and members of the executive do not have the answers as we speak?
There's no responses. There's no responses.
There's no responses. They don't have the answers. They can't account.
So we have to get this on a later stage, and perhaps, Honorable Liam Jacobs, may I request that you put that down on paper and that we get a response in due course.
Can I close, Chair? I'm not going to ask a question. I'm going to close.
Please proceed.
Ek is hartseer, wat jy sê, kalwala, wat jy sê. Look, the question surrounding the president is very interesting, the president of Netball South Africa. Because it sounds like this, and I'm going to say it for the people that are watching. It sounds like this. It says, okay, listen, I'm suspended. But at the same time, I'm not actually suspended because I don't think that I'm actually suspended, but if I do something, World Netball is going to sanction my organization, and therefore I have to make it look like I'm suspended, but I'm not suspended. So I'm not going to come to the committee because I'm suspended, but I'm still going to be the president. I'm still going to have that power because I'm not actually sanctioned or actually under any charges. I'm not actually under anything. That is what you are saying to us here. When that letter